There we go. What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. And this is the Will Smith, Oscar, Chris Rock, hands bonus episode.
Damn.
We couldn't go without giving y'all this. We refused to wait a whole week and be behind the 8 ball. Everybody want to talk about it.
We shooting the 8 ball first.
We gonna
getting
talk
this
about
over
it.
with.
This dropping tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
And
so
Best
excited.
Rap drops today.
I pulled up yesterday. I was like, where everybody
Dude,
at?
We can do back to backs if necessary.
I was like, we at work?
We out here itching. We got to get this out. So obviously, how y'all doing today?
Doing good. Well rested.
Well rested.
Gonna try to enunciate and pronounce
Oh.
all of our words.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to
Today.
enjoy my day. I caught strays.
A lot of strays. Rico been shooting at me too. I woke up shot. I was damn. I don't know what's going on here.
Jada got the women empowered out here.
Yeah, they gotta speak their mind now. So at this point, if you're reading the title, you know what time it is. We gotta speak about the Will Smith, Chris Rock debacle, okay? Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth.
And other varieties of that phrase.
Yes. And obviously, the world has taken it by storm. Black
Yeah.
Twitter has taken it by storm. TikTok has taken it by storm.
Yeah.
Everybody got opinions on it. We're going to start with opinions before we get straight to the jokes. Well, first, let's just break down what happened for those, for some reason, if you haven't seen it. So, the Oscars happened 2 days ago to today.
Saturday.
On Saturday. So, a lot of people who were watching it was hoping that Will Smith was finally going to get his Oscar. Some people felt that he had been gypped twice between Ali and Pursuit of Happiness. So, they're like, okay, the ones who were watching it was like, this is going to be the time Will finally gets it. So, it wasn't even being hosted by Chris Rock. Chris Rock was a presenter for, like, Best Music or something like that.
Best documentary.
Yeah. So he gets on there and he does what he does, crowd work. He's making jokes, trying to do like a little bit of a time filler. So he points out multiple people in the crowd. He points out Jada. And for those who don't know, Jada is currently sporting a bald hairstyle.
Shout out to bald niggas.
And so he just, I look, because he was making jokes about like, it was some other guy who was up for Best Actor, but his wife was up for Best Actress. So she was like, if your wife don't win, you hope Will Smith wins. So he looks at Will, and like, oh, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait till that comes out. You get a mixture of laughs. Some people like, oh, don't say that. He was like, what? That was funny.
Yeah.
Will Smith walks up with his hand in his pocket. Open hand smacks Chris Rock. And I was watching, obviously, the American version, so it went like completely silent.
He was live.
I was watching live, so it went completely silent for like a good 30 seconds. So like you hear Chris Rock talking, and it looked like he said he slapped the ish out of me, this, that, and the third, and then it pans to Will, and Will's yelling, but you can't tell what he's saying. So I'm like, this might be a bit. So I just tweet making jokes like, dang, did Will Smith really smack Chris
Rico hit
Rock?
the group chat. I didn't even know the Oscars was a thing. I was at work.
I was at work.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. So then, lo and behold, the Australian version drops. You hear the open hand smack. You hear keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. All of this.
You see Lupita in the back, Mexican
Just like,
queen.
oh my God. And it was a very weird moment, and it kind of put what a lot of people felt was a damper on the Oscars. Will does eventually win 20 minutes later, and he half apologizes basically to the Academy, hoping that they don't basically still take his award back and ban him
Apologize
from
to the
coming
white
back.
man.
And then he goes the next day and writes out an apology and all of that. It was a lot. A lot of people had their opinions. Let's start off with you, G.
Enough time to thank the Academy, but not enough to apologize to Mr. Chris Rock. That's crazy. It's just like you said, it's a weird situation.
Very weird.
I was mortified.
Shut up.
Because like everybody's in the right and then everybody's in the wrong. It's like, yeah, you're not supposed to make a joke about somebody's illness.
Yeah. Well,
no, because we all on the same page with that one. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody knew that she had alopecia. I believe it's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
And like, I didn't know. None of us three knew. I think it was Rico's wife.
Yeah.
Who said, "Hey, she has alopecia." And even then, when they said, I was like, I don't know what the alopecia is. I had to Google it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do my Googles on this one. So it could be known that Chris Rock didn't know. But then again, if they're friends or if they're in Hollywood or if, I don't know, maybe someone, they know each other.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So maybe he knew, and then he said that, and that crossed the line. Of course, Jada and Will tired of all the entanglement jokes. Well, Jada is, and every time they bring it up, she's cackling.
Y'all remember it? If you don't, I'm going to tell you. It happened in August.
But the whole thing about that is more than just weird to me, because looking at Chris Rock, it looked as if all of that was impromptu. It wasn't like a written out thing. He didn't have like beats and this, that, and the third. He was just seeing people in the crowd and pointing out something else. So even like when he was talking and he like kind of did a double take looking at the Smith and was like, "Oh, Jada, I love you," yada yada yada, and he went on. Now, if he knew that she had alopecia, okay, fine. You can say that he crossed the line with that. Fine. Like I said, I don't follow Willow. I don't follow Jada Smith enough to know about her hair condition. I thought it was a choice because she's grown it, she's cut it. I thought she was kind of doing what her daughter did.
Yeah, I was about to say
her
that.
Her daughter has
Willow
grown and cut it multiple times.
Her mom has it shaved.
So
multiple people, Amber Rose, Saweetie has it shaved
I
right
thought
now.
that was just what they was doing.
Yeah, the style Tiffany Haddish has it shaved. I thought it was the style going on right now.
So I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I mean, she looks good in it.
Yeah. So, but then see, one thing I don't like, and then we'll get into like the jokes and whatnot. One thing I don't like is that people have been saying, "Oh, well, they pointed out he did a documentary about black women's hair, and for him to comment on that looks bad."
Yeah.
Fair enough, but
Do I need to stop that? You think?
probably yeah.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Real quick. Laundry got to get done, no matter where we at. But no, one thing that I wasn't a fan of. They were saying, "Oh well, he shouldn't be talking about a black woman." Period. First of all, when it comes to jokes, y'all can't pick and choose. When nobody's off limit or when somebody's off limit.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I personally don't believe, and I don't know Chris Rock. I have no reason to defend Chris Rock, but I don't believe he knew about her illness.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it was public knowledge, but it was like unless you really followed Jada Pinkett Smith specifically, you probably didn't know she had alopecia because it looks like a fresh shave.
Yeah, just shave.
It don't look like she's bald with no hopes of getting her hair back.
Yeah, and plus, like we all know Chris Rock. He always makes, he's one of the top comedians, but he's never been one to make like malicious jokes.
Yeah.
If anything, his jokes are more like for the general.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's single, but it's an award show. Every award show, even I said Peyton Manning was out here doing the KD and Westbrook. And every award show is like that, where they're gonna crack jokes, especially if you have a comedian up there.
And you decided to show up, so you, especially what they call the operacy, so like those like little individual pods, you put yourself in that position to potentially get spotted out.
Yeah. If I go to a regular comedy club and I sit front row or top two rows, I can't get mad if the comedian makes fun of me or makes fun of who I'm with. Yeah. Even if the person who I'm with, I expect them to know we're going to a comedy club. Jokes might get thrown our way if we're sitting at the front. Yeah.
So, and then on Will's side, I was just kind of like, okay, I get it. But, like, I didn't agree. I still don't agree with what he did. Yeah. Like, I get defending your wife and all of that type of stuff. But what everybody's been pointing out is that you was laughing initially. Like, she said it, and they immediately panned, and you laughing. And all of a sudden, I guess you got a problem with it because Jada must have had a problem with it. Right. Now you acting out because it seems like she is upset with it. I understand if, like, you defending her honor, quote, unquote, but that's something that you handle behind the scene. Yeah. This is supposed to be your night.
Even if you want to do it right there, he could have just done the keep my wife's names out your mouth thing.
From where he was sitting.
Yeah, he could have just yelled that, and then Chris Rock would have probably...
Like, yo, chill. He kind of tried to diffuse it at the end.
Like you don't put your hands on somebody. Like, it was one of those, I'm a big fan. If they don't touch you, you don't touch them. Yeah. So just because your wife got her feelings hurt a little bit, mind you were the spectacle of sad memes everywhere for almost 2 years. Yeah. Then you replaced the Jordan meme.
He did.
And it was like, with y'all relationship, open relationship, whatever, whatever their relationship is, but your face was, dang, when somebody's disappointed, it was a Will face. It was a Will face. And nobody spoke out and said, y'all got to stop using my husband. Y'all got to stop using my father for this. Care. Nobody said nothing.
A couple of weeks ago, what's her name? Laverne Cox?
I think so.
I think that's her name. She made that joke where they were interviewing the Smiths, and she's like, okay, I hope we get more entanglement soon. And Jada was like, joke of the year. She was dying. And Will was just like,
yeah. It's tough because she's like extremely toxic. You can't keep putting this dude in this situation. Like,
we've said this before on the pod.
He's steady getting put in this situation. And it's like, damn, my brother, shout out to him. He was like, man, do I slap Chris Rock and ruin a 30-year-old kind of thing? Yes, because I have to. This is my wife. I still have to go home with my wife. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
You could slap him backstage.
That's what I'm saying. This all can be handled backstage where it's not, there's no true evidence. Yeah. If you feel me? Because it's one of them things, it's like, I just actually found this out. This was the highest view Oscars in almost like 10 years.
I wonder why.
But I don't know if it happened like right after the smack.
I would assume it happened.
It had to happen. I didn't even know it was on.
But I'm assuming a lot of people also watched because they thought Will was gonna win. This was because
how many people watch them awards?
I only watched it to see if Will was gonna win. I honestly only watched it to see if Will was gonna win.
You watched the whole thing, or did you kind of just tune in and out?
I was with my girl's family, so it was on. No, background. No, it was on. So we was just like, we was looking. I was like, when is the best actor gonna get nominated? By the time I made it home, he had like I made it home, turned it on just to see if he had won it. And all of a sudden, he, do what he do.
Damn.
And it was still like another like 20, 30 minutes before he won.
But it is crazy.
It wasn't even trending on Twitter. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good.
But yeah, no, that was all I had to say.
Yeah, it's like insane because like obviously this is the main. He just ruined his. Nobody even really cares. We care like his after speech, I guess, kind of, and only because of the Denzel bar that he left, and now I see everybody and their mom tweeting Instagram captions like, "Y'all not Denzel, y'all not Will Smith, y'all can keep that." But yeah, and now no one talked about Questlove, who literally won.
They were so
for that award,
bro. It was
Samuel
so
Jackson won his Foscar. And his
honorary
Oscar, and like no one. Kristen Dunst got done mad dirty by Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer later was like, "Oh no!"
And Black Twitter didn't even have a chance to slander her because we were still worried about the whole thing with Will. We don't never miss a chance to slander Amy Schumer.
Facts.
God dang it, Will.
No, she be slandering herself every time she come on stage. And be like, "Yeah, you're not doing
self-deprecating human type stuff." Yeah, but no, the whole thing, in my opinion. Looking back on it, and y'all know how I feel about Will Smith, how he's inspired me, but wrong is wrong. Like, I don't care, like, I shouldn't say I don't care. I understand defending your wife's honor, quote unquote, but there's always a time and a place for whenever. If you really felt that strong about it, then you deal with it, like you said, either from the seat, or you deal with it, because you know he's going to be at the after party. Yeah. We can address it right then and there. We can square up if we need to. I'm not going to act out on my night. Everybody knew that the Oscars was more than likely going to go to Will. This was like his culmination of over 30 years of work he's put in. And you sit there and stain it because nobody even remember King Richard? King who? You forget that the Williams sisters was there. This was supposed to be an honorary thing to their father, everything. This is supposed to be the cherry on top.
Yeah. And it's the second time someone takes their shine.
Thank you.
That Caucasian woman took it the first time.
And then it's like, oh man, this is Will Smith. He's still a Philly nigga. Like, bro, you ain't been a Philly nigga in 30 years. Like, come on, like this is what you gonna try to pull.
Oh man,
like, and I get it. He was one of them dudes back then, but like, bro, you done did so much since then.
And even then, he never gave off that I'm shoot a nigga, shank a nigga vibe. It was like I'm gonna defend what's mine. Like, I respect that.
He doesn't need cuss records. And he cussed on the Oscars.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Acting out, bro. Like, for what?
Eminem was baffled.
And then the snowball.
Stole my whole ball.
The snowball effect that it creates.
Oh,
it's
man.
Just like
let's break into this. Everybody who has had something to say is getting called out. So let's start off with the easier ones. Jim Carrey came out and was like,
mind you, using my equation, famous, I made choices equal clout.
So Jim Carrey came out and said basically, like, I have nothing against Will Smith, but if I was Chris Rock, I would have sued him for $200 million. And I get what he was saying, because it's one of those, like, because basically Chris Rock at this point now is always going to be synonymous with getting slapped by Will Smith. You had two of the biggest at their specific crafts coming to not blows or blow, because one did his job too well. So I get that from a comedian's perspective. You got a million comedians, like, y'all need to know, just because y'all get upset, just because y'all get upset by a joke, don't mean y'all need to be coming up here trying to enforce y'all power, because y'all will get clapped. And everybody had Chris Rock's stature. Chris Rock may not clap back because of where he was at. Or like you said, he deals with, you said Asperger's?
Like some type of like Asperger's. I think it's like non-vocal something. I can't remember the full thing, but it's like a form, it's a level of Asperger's.
So he doesn't completely pick up on...
Yeah, he doesn't know social cues, so he could be insulting someone and he doesn't know. And I feel like a lot of comedians might have this, because... Or
they just don't care.
When I was thinking about this, like a couple, either last week I think, from the, like, not to diverge, but like the Rory and Mal show, Mal said he ran into Andrew Schultz. Mm-hmm. And Andrew Schultz had like this Rory and his marriage. Now I guess him and his wife broke up or whatever, his engagee. And Andrew was like, went up to Mal and was like, hey, like, I want to have you guys on the show, blah, blah, blah. And Mal was like, yeah, but you got to piece it up with Rory, blah, blah, blah. And Andrew's like, what are you talking about? And Mal like explained the situation to him, and Andrew's like, they were just jokes. Like I didn't think he took it to heart, and like he honestly didn't, like from what Maul said, Andrew did not understand why Rory was mad at him because Andrew was making fun of I guess that he broke up with his fiance or whatever. And I guess like a lot of comedians you have to go through that, because imagine you heard someone's feelings every night at a comedy club. Now your like mental health is like in danger
because now you think you're the bad guy.
Yeah, now you
time
feel like a piece of shit.
Like I'm writing jokes to appease to everybody, and I know they're not funny, but I'm not offending nobody. So it's like, it's weird. And then it made me think of a question. Did people get more sensitive or just more opinions being heard?
I think it's more opinions being heard. I think people have always been sensitive over certain things because, even...
You've always had people walk out.
Yeah, because even like when Eddie Murphy was coming up, it was people saying he shouldn't be doing, especially at 19, 17, he shouldn't be doing the type of comedy he was doing.
Like Richard Pryor.
Yeah, looks like people have always been sensitive. It's just now everybody has a way to tell how they feel.
Or everyone could record someone acting out at the club, at the comedy club, or at the comedy show, and now it's like, oh, they're sensitive.
Yeah. Now, I do think that there are more people speaking up in general because, certain things...
more voices can be heard
and
now.
certain things that were okay have been deemed to not be okay as much. Yeah. Which is like, you can feel however you want to feel, but that's just the way of the world. That's how it is right now. So it's like you get certain people who are going out of their way to be offensive just to like stick it to the man and to stick it to people who say you shouldn't be saying that. But I don't think that was Chris Rock's intention right then and there. Like, he's had a lot of, things you can question in the past. Yeah. And a lot of people have said, oh, he panders to white people all the time. And him with the whole Louis C.K. thing, they was leaking. Like, just because you aren't okay with him allowing Louis C.K. to say the N-word around him doesn't necessarily mean Will Smith was in the right. Yeah. Now, at the same time, it doesn't mean that Will Smith should have let it slide. I personally don't think I would have done that at that time, but I'm not Will Smith. It's no telling what his bubbling point was.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, you have to make a move in that situation.
You think
Whether
so?
You have to go up there and you confront him, but you don't have to hit him.
Yeah. I don't think you
gotta
win.
But you could go up there and be like, yo, you need to apologize.
Because even Chris Rock, like,
and you could just go, my bad. And that looks better than, sorry to cut you off.
No, you could.
But it's like, it looks better than just open-handedly slap somebody.
Absolutely.
It's like, Chris Rock didn't, it was like, everybody in there was like, Chris Rock didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't, don't even shake him up a little bit, but don't hit him.
But I feel like all of that was just like, I feel like if he leaves his seat, once you leave your seat, you've given Chris Rock too much power now.
No,
and then it's like, now you really are sensitive.
Yeah.
And
we knew that. We've been knowing that for the last 2 years. It wasn't like Will Smith was reinventing the tough guy act.
True.
It was like, bro, was it just Chris Rock, or was it just the next person that said something about Jada was gonna get it?
But no, I think it was Chris Rock, because like we said, I don't think he'll do that to Conan O'Brien if he would have made that joke, because Conan does make insensitive jokes all the time, or Bill Burr. If Bill Burr made that joke, I don't think he says that to a white. And now obviously it could be because like I don't want to be the black man smacking the white man. And now it's like a even bigger thing, so maybe he saw it. But I don't see him.
They definitely suing.
Yeah, or like Jimmy Carrey said, I'm suing. But I don't see him smacking like a Dave Chappelle.
So why would Chris Rock? Chris Rock don't look like that kind of guy.
I don't even see him smacking a Cat Williams, even though he's smaller.
Yeah,
because Cat Williams would have pushed him back.
What some people are saying was that it's also a summation for what happened in the 2016 Oscars, which that was the same time as the Oscars so white. And then they was like, well, you know what? We'll have a black dude host everything. And so then he made a joke about Jada and Will boycotting because Will, I guess, felt he should have been nominated for Concussion. Yeah. Then the whole you not being at the Oscars like me not being in Rihanna's panties, you wasn't invited, yada yada yada. So that was trending for a little bit. And then it was like, I think, people are trying to justify it as a summation of a lot of stuff that has happened, but it was like, at the same time, I understand you probably tired of being the butt of everybody's joke, especially when you was at the top all of the 90s, early 2000s, you was the man. So to see all of this kind of more or less crumble within a 2-year time span, all because your girl couldn't keep her hoes in check, it do look bad. I will give you that. But at the same time, you need to...
Did you say keep her holes in check?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her hoes.
Oh. I was like, wait a minute.
We're not going to do Will.
Yeah. Whoa. No, but dang it. But no, it's one of those things where it's like, you, at this point, at 50-some years old, it's like you got to know how to read the room and read the situation better. This is your night. This is the the culmination of all the hard work you put in, being a rapper first, people not saying you could act, and then you get an Oscar, you know that it's basically in the bag. You got people who are nominated with you saying that this is your award.
You won the first Grammy. Like, you're Will Smith.
But I'm saying,
but your name means something more than this slap to Chris Rock.
I get it, which is why I personally don't think, as a Will Smith, I don't think I would have done that. Yeah. Personally, because it's one of those, like, I got too much, not even necessarily to lose, but too much that I'm standing for right now to let Chris Rock get to me. Now, like I said, if I decide to, you know, say something at the after party and let them know, because like I said, me personally, because I watch a lot of comedians and I can kind of read when they're doing stuff like kind of that isn't written down.
Right.
I personally felt that was an off the cuff joke. I don't think he was in his lab, bro. Oh yeah, Jada Ball, let me check her Instagram. All right, I got something for her. I don't think that was the goal.
Right.
Yeah, especially with like obviously their whole relationship being so public and whatnot. Because I believe this would have been like, let's say Chris Rock made a joke about Denzel's wife. And Denzel went up and slapped him, then I don't think anyone would be mad at Denzel because, one, his wife isn't really in the public eye.
Yeah.
Their relationship's pretty private. I mean, I don't keep up with them, but
and
what it looks like, and Denzel, then you could be like, all right, he's standing up for his wife.
Yeah.
But with everything that has gone on the last 2-3 years with the Red Table Talks, people making multiple jokes in front of their face and them not doing anything, or Jada not saying anything, because all these jokes have been at Will's expense. Like this is the Fresh Prince that we all, well, at least me, when I was a kid, I used to be like, damn, I want a girl to be like, even if it was a TV show. Like, I was like, I want to get the girls, I want to dress cool, I want to be like the funniest guy in the room, all that. And then now it's like, dang, like really?
You're not known. I told you, you're not known as the Fresh Prince no more. You're the dude that slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars.
I don't know if that'll become the summation of his career.
Explain that to a kid right now. Where do you know Will Smith from? That's the nigga that smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars. Tell me I'm lying.
Like, this is huge.
You have to go back.
No, this is big.
Like, I woke up on Monday and I went upstairs and my mom was like, why did Will Smith smack Chris Rock? Because these are big names. She knows Will Smith. Mm-hmm. She knows Chris Rock. Every time they see Chris Rock, they're like, oh, this movie's going to be funny. Every time they see Will Smith, they're like, oh, this movie's going to be good. Like, they know him in Mexico.
They seen the career.
That Mexican actor, Eugenio Derbez, he won, they won CODA. Mm-hmm. And he won his Grammy. And they asked him, the interviews, like his first Grammy, Mexican, like, oh, amazing. And they asked him in Spanish, like an interview, they're like, oh, you were there for Will Smith. And because they didn't care about his Oscar. Mm-hmm. And this was like a huge moment for him, too.
Yeah.
And I saw a 5-minute interview. They told him, congratulations on your Oscar. What'd you think about Chris? And it's like, not everyone's Oscar that night got thrown out.
And it has a rippling effect now because, like you said, it washes over Samuel L. Jackson getting his first ever Oscar, which some people can argue he probably deserved one way before. But it's like he's been an OG in this game. He's done hits on top of hits and never been, I don't think he's ever even been nominated. So it's like you wash over that. And not to even get super deep, but then it's like the rippling effects that it has through social media, through your show, this whole Bel Air thing. Now they're asking Jabari Banks, and he answered it really well. But they had like a 4-minute interview where they was just, he flipped it really well, was talking about like, yeah, you know, it's great that he won and everything. And she kept trying to jump back to the slap. Yeah. He can't even be just the guy who happens to be playing Will Smith. Yeah. So, it's because their names are forever going to be connected now.
Yeah, so I can see where we were trying to jump in with the Jim Carrey thing. I can see why all of Hollywood is upset.
Divided.
Like with Zoe Kravitz being upset, and other people like Amy Schumer said something that she's like mortified or whatever, terrified or traumatized. No, she said she was traumatized.
My thing is this though: you can't be throwing rocks in a glass house.
Adam Sandler was like, "Love you, buddy," or to Chris Rock. You know, Adam Sandler's gonna slide. He's gonna smack.
Adam Sandler gonna put him in Grown Ups 3.
Adam Sandler gonna slide as Lil Durk. Man, what?
Man. But no, then you brought up Zoe Kravitz. She felt the need to say something. It was like you didn't have to say Nathaniel.
Which is confusing.
You could have just showed your dress and left it alone.
They did a whole 180 on her. That was crazy.
It don't take much.
It don't take
much.
Especially one of them.
Insane.
You got to think she's already racially ambiguous.
Yeah.
So she's probably
that's what I was gonna ask.
That's what it is.
Is it because she's light skinned?
It's because she's light skinned.
Yeah. That's how I was thinking.
Especially nowadays, especially the biracials, the racially ambiguous. Yeah. If they get a role that Black Hollywood or Black Twitter at the very least has decided could have went to a dark skin. It's over with. It's like, okay, we ain't mad at you for getting a role, but you better not say nothing. You better that you seeing Zendaya and said Nathaniel.
Yeah, I was gonna send you guys something. It was like 4 a.m. I was at work, so I didn't send it.
Nigga,
But someone on Twitter made a fake tweet. Well, not a fake tweet, but I guess it was fake. She wrote like, I can't believe Yara Shahidi said that about Will Smith. And then people were starting getting on Yara, and then she like made a nut. So she's like, nah, she didn't say anything. I just want to get her up out of here. I was like, dog.
It do not take much. And if you actually give them evidence, now all of a sudden, Zoe Kravitz went from being Catwoman to a pedophile.
Yeah.
That quick.
Yeah, within a week's time.
I remember last week I was like, damn, I was trying to gatekeep Zoe Kravitz. Not
Hey,
on.
you see how quick? See, in our text message, we like the queen is smoking. And by the way, Twitter found this.
Yeah.
Found that little Will Smith alopecia joke, too.
Man.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about.
Everybody trying to kind of shove that under the rug.
Like, no, he thought it was funny at one point in time. He thought it was funny back then.
I don't know, man. It's one of those, and then it's like certain people are talking that don't need to be talking. Alec Baldwin felt like he had to have.
Oh yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
You got a dead body on your name, bro.
Yeah.
Like fight that. Worry about your own house before
Like,
you just, you know what I'm saying?
So it's just like that one. It shows how big of a star Will is because. I don't even know if she even meant to do this, but Tracy Ellis Ross commented under Zoe's post. She was complimenting on the dress.
Yeah.
And it was like, Tracy, we see you commenting. Don't get
another light
skin.
skin.
Wait a minute. Y'all coming at Tracy Ellis
Which
Ross?
is crazy because it's like, this isn't even, it's not even like if he would have smacked like a white guy. He smacked Chris Rock. He's black too. Where's his love? No one hugged Chris Rock.
Nobody.
Everyone ran and hugged Will.
You had Denzel, Samuel, Tyler Perry.
Did you see how Samuel dapped him up? He damn near carried him on his shoulders.
Boy.
I thought he was gonna parade him around the Oscars.
But it's crazy because you're a comedian. Job is dangerous. That could have happened at any given time in his 30-year some odd career. Somebody could have got mad and walked up there and slapped him. But they know better because when you go and see Chris Rock, it's either going to be in public or at a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to see Chris Rock. He's probably going to be talking about people. He said a lot worse things, and it could have been a lot worse joke.
Even dark skin Aunt Viv, she was like, "I love Will Smith," like because she said she met Chris Rock once and said Chris Rock was like an asshole or whatever.
He did. He does.
So I don't know.
Like
I don't know how he is backstage. Maybe that's why no one dapped up Chris Rock. Maybe no one likes him.
There is you know how Twitter come up with their theories, but there is like a theory and people got receipts of Chris Rock not being the best person. But it's like, regardless of how you feel about him, this ain't got nothing to do with the fact that to some people Will overreacted, and then some people he did exactly what he was supposed to do. But it's like. I'm always stick with it's a time and place for everything. I'm not finna slap up a dude on probably the biggest night of my life outside of my kids and being married. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm by far the greatest rapper turned actor ever.
Even then,
I got the first Grammy.
He probably puts this Oscar above his first kid.
Maybe, who knows? Because Trey don't really be in the news. And then freaking
Jaden want to stand up.
Jaden want to talk. People pulling clips from
Karate
Karate
I know
Kid.
you ain't talking.
Like, oh man, it's just like they.
Not even that, bro. You put out this tweet. Yeah, that's how the Smiths roll. You didn't put that same tweet out 2 years ago when your mom.
You had nothing to say. You had nothing to say
with his friend, because that was his friend.
That you brought him to the house. Y'all thought y'all was gonna play 2K. No, son. And you didn't say nothing.
It's interesting what people have the energy for. And now let's
It's the internet, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, but let's continue with the rippling effects because I know you guys were talking about it. How does this look for Will and any future endeavors? How does it look for Bel Air?
Yeah.
Like, how does it look for any potential movies or business? Because he's basically, since he hit 50, he was like sponsorship, left and right. I personally don't think he'll lose any, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Academy bans him from getting voted in the future. Yeah. It's like you got your one. I mean, we already don't let black people. They still have
Oscar. I think it said it was gonna. I saw yesterday Variety leaked the note that they send to everybody, the letter of like all the people who picked, and they're like, we don't condone violence, blah blah blah, and like we have to discuss this like serious matter because now it's looking us making like a fool, and now we have to like worry about people running up on stage. Do we beef up security? Because how you look being at the Oscars and there's like a row of like security.
Yeah, it's a plexiglass at this point. They gotta hand it through like Harold's. They gotta hand it like Harold's chicken.
Like, come on, I'm not going.
And they said it's gonna take a couple weeks. So I mean, we're probably gonna not forget about it, but like stop talking about it, and then the Oscars gonna come out with their decision, and we're gonna be talking about it for another month. No, I think they're gonna let him keep it.
I think they'll let him keep it
They'll
because,
let
like I said,
They're gonna Pete Rose him.
Because I think
keep him doing it in the future. Yeah.
They're gonna keep it, but this is over with for him. You got your one. You're never coming back.
And not to get deep, because I don't like when people like kind of overanalyze stuff, but I do think that what he did can potentially have a negative effect on future black actors and actresses like down the road, because it's one of those things. It don't take much for white people to generalize one group of people. So if Will Smith, that's basically everybody's accepted black, can do this, it's like, oh, we can't let none of them up in here.
Could you imagine if Sidney Poitier would have did this, where Will Smith is at? If Sidney Poitier, the black man who won the first Oscar, went up there and slapped somebody because they said a black joke or a cotton gin joke. Mm-hmm. There is no Will Smith. There's no Denzel. There's nothing.
No Damson Idris. It's a rip.
Yeah.
So it's like you can say his reactions is like, oh, I can't react to all this obvious stuff that I'm hearing. It goes back to Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. But
if Sidney Poitier doesn't take this, you know how many times he's probably called a nigga in the movie?
Absolutely.
That coon in the flick, the coon other.
Yeah.
And you got to sit there and take that.
Especially with John Wayne
and
patrolling Clint Eastwood.
Man, even when he smacked, he was the first black dude to smack a white guy like on screen.
And he won.
And it was like, because even in the movie, it was like, you know what I could have done to you 10 years ago or something like that, because of how historic that was. And I give you that. And I think my biggest thing was, black people and people of color specifically, have always been like, we're not being let in the door in Hollywood, which is why some people, it's like when the whole Black Hollywood things happens, it's like, we want to be accepted as artists, period, not just a black artist.
Yeah.
Which people was trying to get on Zoe Kravitz because apparently she had a post from like 2016 or something that said that on IG. And I even said, I get where she's coming from, because if you're an artist, you don't want yourself to be put in some type of box.
Yeah.
You want to be respected for your craft, not, oh, well, this is just a really good black guy who can do this. It's like, why can't I just be an actor or a rapper or whatever that's really good at what we don't want to just be the black and brown podcasters.
Right.
We want to be some really good podcasters.
And I had asked you guys a couple weeks ago with I forgot what Charlamagne had said, but something about him giving passes and like how does that apply for everyone? It's like, no, we're all like obviously individuals, but obviously in the eye of like the powers that be or the white people behind the scenes, they're gonna box minorities up as much as they can. And now we got this isn't the BET Awards, this isn't the Source Awards where you could just storm the stage. Now you got people, and obviously Will Smith just doing that shouldn't box everybody up, but they are, unfortunately they are.
Yeah,
that's what they're gonna do. Now it's like, damn, do we take away Black Panther's Oscar? It's like, now what are they gonna do in the future?
It's gonna prevent, because it's so wild, because like when you see it and you see like I said, Will Smith and the Smith family were like the black family in Hollywood that white people was just okay with, they love too. Yeah. So to see, obviously, like we said, this kind of kingdom crumble down within 2 years, and then you like, okay, we can finally start to, because I had forgot more or less about the whole entanglement thing. Because I'm like, I was happy for Will with everything going on with the King Rich thing. And you mean to tell me you act out because of a joke made about your wife who put you in this predicament more or less to begin with?
Yeah.
And now that came back around. Yeah. Now, like you said, now you've more or less potentially, I hope not, and I hope we wrong, but you potentially either shut the door and made it really hard to get up in for a lot of other black actors and actresses who want to get nominated, who deserve to get nominated. Viola Davis do something else great, and they may or may not nominate her because they just want to assume she may go on stage and slap somebody.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
It's like, y'all could be here, we all sit in third row.
Or y'all can be here, just don't mean y'all gonna get nominated. I was making a joke. Next year's Oscar is like a Klan rally hosted by Terry Crews.
It probably is.
They'll probably have a picture. And somebody will leak the picture, I can't believe this, and they'll make you sign. If you sign this, they're eligible to be talked about without da-da-da-da-da-da. They're going to make you sign
a disclaimer.
A disclaimer.
And now you can't get in, probably.
Now you can't get in if you don't agree to, who's hosting this? Dave Chappelle's hosting it. If he says a joke about me and I feel a way, I can go up there and hit him, or I can go up there and sue him. Because then at the end of the day, you can always play that, bam, turn that card over.
And do y'all think that's going to open the door for more comedians to get even more raunchy that decide to host?
Because it's gonna be
or present?
Or does it do the opposite and make them scared now? Because now it's like anybody's liable. Because they didn't kick Will Smith. He still won though. He still got on stage.
Nobody escorted him back to his seat.
If that was anyone else, like literally anyone else,
they're
out of there. No matter basically who they are.
Yeah.
They probably did it because Will Smith had already won, and everyone already knew Will Smith was gonna win. So if they changed it last second, then it was gonna look away.
I made the joke they was gonna switch some names out because it's just like
it was gonna look away. So now they're like, damn, we gotta sit in it. We gotta let him ride. And then I guess the police did pull up after the awards, and then that's when Chris Rock, he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm from Bed-Stuy, I do or die. We're not pressing charges or anything."
I hate when people do that. I'm from Inglewood. I'm from Inglewood. Like, no.
You've been in Cali for 30 years.
No, you're not from West Philly. You from Bel Air, nigga. Like, relax. But no, because then it's like crazy because you're outlawing jokes, like I said. Mm-hmm. Because now what's to stop, like a Dave Chappelle show, just say 50 gay folks buy tickets. And the first gay joke, they just storm the stage. My mental health, bam, there goes that card. I mean, there goes that card. This messed my head up so much that I had no choice but to let out my uncontrolled fury and wrath on Dave Chappelle because he messed with my mental health. And he talked about me.
And then he tried to hide behind the guise of, like, I was still in character, basically. Like, I'm King Richard. And he would have done the same for Venus and Serena. Man. And it's like, dog, it's like... if.
Like, wrong is wrong. Just say you were wrong.
Yeah, all these actors do the same thing. And I know sometimes actors can get really into their role. Like the Heath Ledger thing where they said that he was the Joker, that it did drive him insane. But, I mean, everyone in that room's actors, everyone knows what it takes to get into a serious role. You don't see Jamie Foxx out here slapping white people. Just because he was Django. Like, what are we talking about?
Man. So, what go ahead.
No, I was through.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think this affects Bel Air at all?
Nah, because I guess the show, it's about, I think today was their finale, isn't it? Or next week?
Today I'm gonna watch it tonight.
And tomorrow. I mean, the whole, it gives them enough time. It's gonna give them at least a year till the next season comes out, if not maybe two.
Separate themselves. You think?
So yeah, by then I think it'll be cool. And since Will Smith is not in the show, I know it's still Bel Air, but he's not in it. Like he's not doing any cameos or anything.
Yeah.
I think it might hurt it because like they'll finish out the season and now they'll be like, all right, we're gonna try to break away from the Will Smith stuff. Like whatever little format the Fresh Prince had, it might kind of get off the rails.
It really. So would that be better or worse for it? Because we were already saying that we didn't want like a episode by episode just a dramatic retelling.
But that's the thing.
Which it hasn't been, luckily. But
because you look at it, it's like any show's kind of last couple seasons. Anything after 5, you kind of look different. Because if you watch the first Fresh Prince, like the main maybe plot was Will up until the Lisa thing.
Yeah.
Then when the Lisa thing stopped, then it was like, all right, this is just kind of a Jeff wacky. Every episode they're getting into some wacky
hijinks
just to fill episodes so we can get this over with.
Yeah. And
you don't want Bel Air to get into that. Like, oh, we got approved for 3 seasons, and now you see filler episodes of like Carlton at the youth choir, and then you be like, oh, here's a whole episode of Aunt Viv stressing to get her painting out.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's like you don't want to see that because then you know the show's dying.
Which is it would suck because it started off really hot. And honestly, I think it has the bones to go for a good 4 or 5 seasons without feeling forced.
Right.
And it's one of those things. I don't think it will. But like Jabari even said it himself, he was like, him and I are always going to be connected because you're playing Will. We're both from Philadelphia. I look like you. Like it's little stuff like that. And every time somebody, how does it feel to be playing like a legend like Will Smith? And now it's like I said with old girl from the interview. Well, how did you feel about the smack? He's trying to talk about the craft of acting and all of that. They just want to know about the smack. Now he's not the actor who happens to be playing Will Smith.
And like I told you, these internet clowns, it's like you see him out with his wife because you might see them at a family gathering. And now you have to say something.
Oh, Jada.
If I'm one of these, Jada with your bald head ass, what you gonna do, Will?
Yeah.
The whole family gonna beat me up? Cool, I'm gonna take that one.
Especially and now with like cloud, it's gonna be on TikTok.
Give me that. That's our new pod tape.
Yeah, everyone.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we just saw Cedric Entertainer. He was like, "All right, I'm on stage." He's like, "No one storm me. If I saw any of you guys, you can't smack me.
I'm security." Back.
Yeah, and then Andrew Schultz did that. You're already 2 days. How do you come up with 5 minutes of jokes already? Like straight 5 minutes of him just roasting Will. And at the end of it, he's like, "I only did this because I'm not gonna let you. We're standing up for comedians, not all comedians, because that's like a brotherhood."
Yeah.
Yes.
And now you made fun of, you hit one of them. They even did it. You,
and not even just one of them, like an OG.
Like Dave Chappelle's probably in the studio right now, like Dr. Dre.
He's like, I thought I was going to take some time off. I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a wild situation because they're two black men at the end of the day, so you want to side with both. And like you say, they're probably 1 and 2 at each.
At their crafts.
Right. So it's like, what do you do if you're Chris Rock moving forward?
You make the best hour and a half special.
Dog.
You have to destroy Will Smith.
You have to. You have no choice.
You would have to, like, completely all the jokes.
And I don't even completely like his comedy, but I would watch it just to see what he say. Out of curiosity. Because you can't dance around it.
Yeah. You got to come at
You can't pull a Kevin Hart and be like, well, let's just talk about it. And then just keep saying, let's talk about it without talking about it. He going to jump for he going to go for the juggler.
Yeah. He's got to. I mean, you have to or you lose respect for Chris Rock. Yeah. Because first he smacked you on your Oscar night. That's a big deal. See, hosting the Oscars. That's a big deal for a comedian. Yeah. You see what Kev?
Well, he was a presenter, but he has hosted before. And this,
but I'm saying anything at the Oscar you do as a black big.
Black comedian.
They made Kev apologize for it. You remember? Mm-hmm. So it's like
we ain't seen Kev since.
You embarrassed me on my stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is where you know what? It's crazy because it's like all the years that he's put in these back of the whole clubs, doing SNL. Falling, getting back up, all of that.
For years.
He has hosted the Oscar, but to be invited back to present at what you think is probably one of the biggest moments because it's a lot more black people there than it has been ever in a while, and you like, okay, cool, and all of a sudden, I don't know if he's necessarily Chris's hero, but you see another top dog walking up,
like, bro, we helped each other out
and putting violence on you, like,
it's like, come on, dog, like, it's a celebration.
This what we doing?
That's the thing. You embarrassed me on my night.
Yeah.
I embarrassed your wife on your night, but you embarrassed me on mine. So it's like, who's in the right? I mean, you have to kill Will. You would have to kill him in the next comedy special.
Yeah.
And Jada. You'd have to get them both out.
Everybody got to go. Everybody an adult now. You got to go for the whole family.
Yeah. Jada, Willow,
Trey,
everyone.
Trey, his older son just like,
I didn't do it.
Well, I didn't do anything.
I don't even want to be in this business.
I don't even act.
I haven't seen him in like 70 years.
He be minding his own business.
Yeah. and Chris Rock's ticket scales went crazy because I checked the tickets.
He got a tour coming up, don't he?
Yeah, and I checked the tickets on Monday, the day after, because I was listening to the radio, and they're like, oh, we saw a spike in his ticket sales. So I went to check, and he has 3 shows in Chicago in October.
Yeah.
And the first one was damn near sold out. The second one still had tickets, and then the third one was like, it still had a lot of tickets. And yesterday when I checked, when I sent it, like, y'all want to go, that was for the third day, and there was only like from those tickets, there was only like 50 more tickets left. Ooh. And that's why they were that price, because when I first checked, like front row, well, not front row, but first section was like 120. When I checked yesterday, them joints were like 400, and then the ones I sent you guys, they were like 100 basically for, that was at the very top in the back.
People thirsty to get that. Oh man, this Chris Rock joke. They don't want to be the first one to get that off. So,
I just hope he recorded. That is just recorded.
But they don't let them bring phones in.
No, I'm talking about like he records it for like a special. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Netflix called Chris Rock expeditiously.
The first one in New York, that's the one.
It's gonna be on HBO probably.
But when he goes to New York, whenever that show in New York, that first day he gonna let him have it. That's gonna be the one. He gonna
go because he held back because he was like, he's like, oh, I could. Never mind.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? You got it.
I'd have been clowning him all the way back to the
Everybody said that. Like, it was a lot of people that was like, bro, I would have made so many August Alsina. Because at that point, gloves are off. Yeah. He literally put hands on me.
Like, the worst thing you can do is hit me, and he already hit me. Yeah. So it's like, I could take another Will Smith.
That's so, like looking at it again, it's just like, bro, what even came over you to pick violence? Yeah. He's never exuded violent energy ever.
And he was, like we said, he was laughing. Maybe he could have done, because some people are like, oh, I made plenty of people laugh before they punch somebody, which is true, but his was like, he was holding his stomach, he was like chuckling, he was doing the Santa Claus laugh, and then Jada, we don't know, unfortunately the camera panned away.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she said something, if it was just the look.
This is why I be cheating on you. What does that have to say to somebody?
Said something crazy.
Maybe. I don't know, bro. That whole thing is nuts. Is there any other opinions we have on Mr. Willard Smith before we move on?
Mr. Smith.
All right.
That's stop the violence.
Thoughts and prayers, man. Get you some help.
Man, we thank y'all for sure.
It's crazy.
We thank y'all for tuning in. Zoo, when is your vacation again?
April 21st.
April 21st. So me and G Baby will be doing like little mini episodes just to maybe touch on like some stuff that we've been watching. Nothing too crazy.
Man, what about me?
If you and we can Zoom if you want.
Oh, I thought we were gonna film them all before and then post them after.
We got bonus episodes we're gonna do too.
Oh,
but like
you talking about
in regards to like when stuff happens.
Oh,
so unless
okay,
you're gonna zoom from Mexico.
I thought you were leaving end of March in the beginning of April. We're in
Nah.
the end of April.
Yeah.
So we got time.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like
I still gotta watch Bel Air.
Yeah, it's just kind of planning ahead. We definitely got to get a bonus episode about Bel Air going. We got a bunch of stuff. We trying to, make it plan so we can stay consistent for you guys. But let us know what y'all think about this whole Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. The audio for sure is going to be out tomorrow. It's only 5 o'clock. I mess around and drop it tonight.
Hey.
I mess around and drop the audio tonight. I'm going to try to get this video out by tomorrow or the day after.
Breaking
and then
news.
Obviously, we'll have the next stuff out by Monday. So let us know what you guys think. Per usual, if you guys got any comments, questions, or concerns, you guys can always at us at friendly_fire on IG. Once again, friendly_fire on IG. You can email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Artists, musicians, if you got art, if you got music, send it to us. If we like your music, it's going on at the end of the podcast. If we like your art, we'll purchase it, put it up on the wall. Also, you guys can follow us on TikTok at Friendly Fire Pod. Once again, Friendly Fire Pod on TikTok. We put up snippets of stuff that we've made. We also answer questions on there. So whatever you guys want to talk about, let us know. On behalf of my boys, I am Rico, G Baby, Zoo, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
Peace.
Yep.